This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
The Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Yo, happy Wednesday. The Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, a shortened edition of the show today. We get set for the Thanksgiving holiday tomorrow. I got some brining to do. I've got prep to do before I go to sleep tonight. So I got to get that done. But we're going to have fun. We're going to talk to Samantha Bennington. She's got a book out, Falling Love Letters. And it's a great book. Read it last night. We'll talk to her coming up. The ex-wife of the late Chester Bennington, lead singer from Linkin Park. Also Stone Temple Pilots. So we'll talk to her here in about 10 or 15 minutes or so. And we've got On This Day in History and some more coming up on like I said, a shortened edition today of the Jason Walker Show, which you can watch on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You can listen on Podbean, Network One Sports. You can also listen on TreasureStateRadio.com. Pleased to be back with those guys. And we start with our daily COVID update. 1,013 new cases reported in Montana. 58,565 total. 652 deaths, 15,901 active cases, 42,012 have recovered, 462 currently in the hospital. As you travel across the state, 3,833 in Yellowstone County, 2,254 Flathead, 1087 Lewis and Clark, 1880 Cascade, 1607, Missoula County, 790 Gallatin, 642 Ravalli, and there you go. 278 now in Fergus County, one of the hot spots now for the state of Montana. 234 in Park, 698 Silverbow. There is your COVID update. Told you yesterday I tested positive for COVID, and we are on the road to recovery. So that is good. It's not fun, man. I'm telling you. Take it serious. Wear your mask. This is, I've never felt like this. The dizziness that is constant. Pains, aches. It's crazy. And this is worse than the flu. I've had the flu. It's worse than the flu. Saw this. Poplar is going to drop to 8-man football from Class B as part of the MHSA Executive Board decisions on Monday. Harlem also moving from Class B to 8-man. West Yellowstone dropping from 8 to 6 beginning next year. Year and a half. 2021-22 season. Lame Deer, Lodge Grass, Plains, St. Labret, Thompson Falls remain in 8-man. Box Elder, Centerville stay in 6-man. And we told you Monday about a couple of other ones that that they approved, but these are others as well. Class C Divisional Golf will start in 2021. So yeah, that's next season, next fall. Because there's too many golfers qualifying for state C tournaments. And more Class C schools are adding golf. So now there will be a divisional, which makes sense because it's much like the other classifications now. So Class C division, each division will send its top 5 teams and top 25 individuals to state. So there you go. And we'll also be split into 2 divisions beginning next fall. So some good news there on the MHSA front. Did you watch the Pennsylvania hearing today? Wow. Unbelievable. Just the amount of fraud taking place over the election. Crazy. We'll try to stay out of it. Lady Grizz opened up the season today. A 81-74 loss at Utah State. Led by as much as 10 or 11, I believe, but Utah State came back to get the win. Montana State men are supposed to start action this week. The Grizz as well. Bobcat women next week. Oh, this was news. Don't know if you saw this, but it's about time. The Oregon governor, Kate Brown, who is making some just whacked out decisions, finally today approved Portland State men's and women's basketball to begin scrimmaging and playing. Oregon State had been granted exemptions a while ago. And Portland this morning, and I'm not sure why Governor Brown made Portland State wait, but that's good news for the Big Sky. So now Portland State can play basketball, men's and women's. Now she needs to get off her tail, and she needs to approve the NAI schools, the D2 schools, the JCs, the D3s that are in Oregon to play as well. Oregon Governor Kate Brown, who's really good friends with Gavin Mussolini, the governor of California. Is it Governor Brown that said, turn in your neighbors if you see them with more than allotted numbers of Thanksgiving revelers? Like, you're supposed to turn in your neighbor. The sad part is there's going to be people that do that. Just because they're idiots. But anyway, so there was all of that news we saw today. But good stuff for Portland State. There's no question about that. That they get to play some basketball now. MSU Northern postponed its men's basketball opener against Yellowstone Christian. Yellowstone Christian has some COVID cases. Montana Tech has canceled some games and postponed, including conference games with Carroll College next week because of COVID. Tech was supposed to play Idaho State tonight and then be in Helena for the Thanksgiving Classic Friday and Saturday, and then play home against Carroll next week, Saturday and Sunday, but those games will not happen. The conference games will be made up. But COVID running rampant across the state and across the country. And we're seeing more basketball teams. There was a team, was it Stephen F. Austin? Out of Texas, traveled to Maine or Massachusetts for a basketball game today or tomorrow. And as soon as they got there, they were told they weren't going to be able to play because of COVID. And that's kind of what Jordy Hansen and I talked about a little bit yesterday, was when he talked to Travis DeCour, the men's basketball coach at Montana, and said, he talked to 30 different coaches, DeCour had, and nobody had a plan except for 5 as to what happens if you test positive after you've already arrived to play a game on the road. So they're talking like renting cars to drive back. It's crazy. Crazy. But wish everybody at Montana Tech the best, too, on the women's basketball team. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. A shortened edition of the Jason Walker Show. And today presented by Capital Collision Center. Got some Thanksgiving prep to do. We're not having anybody over, obviously. We're quarantined in our house, the wife and the little one, and me. But still going to make the best of it tomorrow. And so I got prep to do. So we have a shortened edition today. But when we return, Samantha Bennington will join us. I read her book last night, and what an amazing roller coaster of emotions in this book. And 220 some pages, but she talks about obviously her marriage to Chester Bennington, the lead singer of Linkin Park, the late Chester Bennington, who committed suicide by hanging 3 years ago. But she talks about how they met, their marriage, but it's not just about him. It's a book on her and starts when she was young and to present day. And it's a great read. And we'll talk to her about it when we come back here on the Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, MLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Fall is officially here, and now is the perfect time to get your rig tuned up before the big hunt. That means a lift kit from Auto Concepts. An Auto Concepts lift kit will help take you places only the animals can go. And when you do get that big one, make sure you have help to get it home with a winch to pull it out. Or maybe you'll be a good friend and help pull someone out of the snowbank. Check out AutoConceptsHelena.com for more ideas. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Jason Walker here, and I want to tell you about a great place that's going to make you feel better in just an hour. Ocean Spirit Massage. From deep tissue to hot stone and more, Ocean Spirit Massage will get your sore, tired muscles feeling like new. Whether you overdid it working out, hiking the hills, playing golf, whatever it is, or even if you're pregnant, you will walk away feeling better than you have in years. Book now for yourself or make it a couples massage. And gift certificates are always available as well. Visit oceanspiritmassage.com or call 417-0542. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of the Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show, a shortened edition today as we get you set for the holiday weekend, which some of you started earlier. But, yeah. Butte Sports Hall of Fame inductions postponed until June of 2022 because of COVID. We saw Chase Hawks. Was it yesterday we talked about it? Chase Hawks Memorial Rough Stock event. Rodeo was postponed to next year as well. So, big thanks to our segment sponsors, Rucker's Furniture and Mark LaRoe Photography. Remember, no show tomorrow or Friday or Monday for sure. All right, on this day in history coming up, much, much more. You can always email us, jason@jasonwalkershow.com. And go to jasonwalkershow.com for anything you may have missed. And that includes any interviews, which includes today. She was very successful in life, as she's done a lot. And Samantha Bennington has a new book, and it's Falling Love Letters. And it's about being a rock star's wife. Chester Bennington, who was the lead singer for Linkin Park, who hanged himself 3 years ago. But her book is more than just that. And here to talk about it on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, Samantha Bennington, now on the Jason Walker Show.
Hello.
You know, I'm just living the dream. I appreciate you joining us today. I read your book, and wow. From the very first sentence, really, until the end of this thing, it is a roller coaster of emotions. Take me through your emotions writing it.
Thank you. Oh, wow, Jason, that's a very broad question. My emotions through writing it. This book, I wrote every word from beginning to end without a ghostwriter, completely on my own. And it was written really everywhere. I've wrote it in my home. I've written it on airplanes. I've written it and put it down. I ripped it up. It's been a journey for 8 to 9 years. I originally started it approximately closer to 9 years ago. And, you know, in 2017, we've had a huge tragedy hit our household. So I went back after I actually shelved it because we needed to grieve and heal. And then I went back and changed chapter 6. And it was originally 6 to 12, but because of everything, I added chapter 13. So, yes, it's very emotional, and I can't give it all away. I hope it was a beautiful journey that I try to take the readers on a one-on-one conversation with me, that kind of feeling and vibe from the age of 7 to current. And it was emotional. It's been healing. But every day I have to check in with my emotions on that because it's a lot. I'm not going to lie.
No, like I said, I read it over the weekend and it was just a roller coaster, like I said. But I can't imagine going through it like you did. But you did have a lot of tragedy, a lot of heartbreak, and it started with, like you said, when you were 7 and finding your mom, you know, in bed naked and having a brain aneurysm, and then obviously Chester.
Don't give it all away.
I won't. But
okay,
that's the beginning, and then there's the end. Mostly the end,
right,
with the passing of Chester. But what an amazing journey, like you said. This book, though, is really your life's history, and people need to read this if they want to come to grips with anxiety, depression, things like that. I think it's a healing book.
Thank you so much, Jason. I feel like I did not leave a topic off the table. You know, I'm not an expert on suicide. If somebody is looking for that, I'm just sharing my, perception and what we experienced for those music fans. But for the rest of the world and the rest of the people that are not just music fans, I didn't take divorce off the table or infertility off the table or having step parents or any kind of journey of just even adolescence. There's just not a subject that I have taken off the table. If I've experienced it and wanted to use my own life and tragedy and make, lemonade out of lemons, I'm victorious, not a victim. And that's the part that I want people to be survivors. And we have to survive, especially right now. We need the strength and love more now than ever.
What was the toughest part and toughest journey to write about?
My dad, my adopted father, and of course, that day I received the phone call from my son's, father's passing. That was the worst day of any of our lives.
The love letters that you wrote, were those cathartic for you?
They're still cathartic for me. Yes, very much so. And I just hope I delivered it in a loving way, but very honest. And, these letters represent for all the listeners out there that I wrote these letters to people that I either cannot talk to because they're no longer with us, or they're not somebody I will ever speak to again by choice. There's only one special letter in there to a very special human. Hint, hint, but let's not give it away.
Right.
And yes, it is. I do realize, though, I was with my family the other day and my niece was reading my dad's letter out loud to the cousins, my son and his age group of cousins. And that was really emotional for me when my niece JoJo read it out loud to all of us. I was kind of blown away. So I'm still healing every day from it.
Samantha Bennington, our guest here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. I think, and that's, as much of a journey as it was to follow in the book, those love letters and really were what stood out to me the most. And I can't imagine writing those like you did and then sharing them with the world.
Well, how can I be of service and how can I fulfill my purpose here on life, and how can I reach others if I'm not willing to be raw and honest and vulnerable? It's scary as all hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to please or people please. I'm just trying to be honest and help and connect and let love rule. And the only way to really heal is to do the work. And so if I'm going to be a life coach and help others, I'm going to show everyone else that I'm not exempt, and I'm going to use myself as an example. And if I can reach one person out there, then I did a good job. And it's not a popularity contest. I'm not trying to prove to anybody who I am, but I want to share because I know there's other people out there, and I kind of did it all on my own. Of course, you have a village of loved ones and friends, and I was able to hand choose and hand pick who became my family. I kept some of my family on all sides, and, my friends are my family, and I'm very blessed. I have a very blended family, so I want other people to know that you don't have to go through any of this alone. We're in a big planet, and collectively our energy together, if we just come up and raise our vibration with love, we're not failing. We can do this.
It's called Falling Love Notes, Memories of a Rockstar Wife, and it is in stores now and available. Samantha Bennington, I know you got to run, but I have so many more questions. I'd love to get you on again sometime, but happy Thanksgiving, and enjoyed the book. Congratulations.
Thank you for your time and reading it, and happy Thanksgiving.
Samantha Bennington on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. I highly recommend this. If you've dealt with loss, if you've dealt with anything in your life, this is a very, very good book, and it is out available yesterday. So get it. And not just saying that because she was on the show, which was fun. Wish we had more time to actually talk about her late ex-husband and Lincoln Park, and the story of how they met is pretty good. and how nervous he was to ask her out. Pretty interesting. But she describes all of that and takes you through it. It's an emotional journey. Falling love notes, memories of a rock star wife. So Samantha Bennington, appreciate her joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. Short edition today, like I said. So let's get to, let's see, any of the other big news did we see? Not yet. Okay. Just checking out the to see if anything's happening. All right, let's do On This Day in History. And it is November the 25th. It is National Jukebox Day. It is National Taiwan Day, Blasé Day, Parfait Day, Shopping Reminder Day, and Play Day with Dad. 1961, Bob Cousy became the second player to score 15,000 NBA points. 1976, O.J. Simpson sliced and diced Detroit for a tune of 273 yards. 1979, on this date, Pat Summerall and John Madden broadcasted it for a game together for the first time, a pairing that would last 22 years and became one of the most well-known partnerships in TV sportscasting history. Can't believe they've been out of the booth together that long. Man. 1980, Sugar Ray Leonard would regain the WBC welterweight boxing crown when Roberto Duran quit in the 8th round of the infamous No Moss fight at the Superdome in Nolens. Happy birthday today. 1914, Joe DiMaggio was born. 1940, Joe Gibbs, football coach for the Redskins. Let's see here. What else happened on this date? So a couple of other ones. So in 1876, in retaliation for the defeat at the Battle of the Little Bighorn, U.S. Army sacked Chief Dolnice Cheyenne Village at the headwaters of the Powder River. Let's see. 1817, the first sword swallower in the U.S. would perform in New York City. Now, here's my question. Who was thinking, you know what? Swallowing a sword just sounds like a lot of fun. Like, who thought that? Who was, what goes through your head besides a sword? But seriously, I mean, how do you think about that? There's so much of that stuff too that I just wonder, like, who thought of this? 1960, happy birthday, JFK Jr. He was born on this date in 1960. When he was 3 years old, they buried his dad, JFK, on his birthday, on this date, 1963. Happy birthdays to Barbara and Jenna Bush, the twin daughters of President George W., born on this date in 1981. Fidel Castro died on this date in 2016 at the age of 90. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
We mentioned a shortened edition today of the Jason Walker Show because getting ready for it tomorrow. But it is also Play with Dad Day, so I'm going to go play with the little one, even more so than we have been today. She's just fun. Have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. Be safe. Be smart. Don't turn your neighbors in. But if you do go anywhere this weekend, wear your mask. Social distance as much as you can. And take COVID seriously. It's real. But we wish you the best Thanksgiving and a good weekend. We are off for the rest of the week. Also not here Monday for sure. And looking forward to wrapping up 2020 in December when we come back. It'll be December. But looking forward to a successful final month of the year as we get set for 2021. And yeah, so there you go. Thanks to Samantha Bennington for joining us today. Also Rob Paulson yesterday, Jordy Hansen, Chris Grabowska, Manhattan coach. Congratulations to our fall sports winners. Winter sports season gets started in a week and a half. What, 2 weeks? Week and a half. Be safe, be smart, be kind. Love one another. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you back here. Go to jasonwalkershow.com anytime and anywhere. And we'll see you back here in December. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.